everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how I got this beautiful sexy look. Yes girl, work it. Keep in mind this is my first time ever trying to cut crease. I do love doing makeup, but we're gonna go through this together, so stay tuned if you'd like to see how we got this look. So I have a bunch of new products today. I have this beautiful color that I picked up from the MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation. This is also my first time using this product with my MAC 190 brush, and I must say that I really do like it compared to my cream foundation, which is the Studio Tech by MAC. Why do I like it? It seems to go into my skin a lot better than the cream or whatever, or it could also be I have some new primers as well. But anyway, I'm going to apply this all over my face, basically painting. And now to conceal and correct, I am using the red color. I don't know which red that is, but it's one of those colors, and I'm going to place it under my eyes. Oh yeah, I made an oopsie by applying some of my lighter concealer under that, but whatever, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to put my red right on top of the bags underneath of my eyes. That helps to conceal. I have another new product, MAC Select Moisture Cover Concealer. It's a stick, liquidy stick thingy. So I've never tried that, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens. I placed it below my eyes, kind of like that slanted line thingy, and I'm putting pretty much dots everywhere that I want to be lighter, to basically where I'm going to apply my highlighter, and anywhere that needs to be concealed as well. So that's like the nose, your cheeks, under your cheeks, your cupid's bow or whatever. Anyway, so I went ahead and primed with my eyeshadow primer and brows. I absolutely hate doing brows, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I am using the MAC eyebrow pencil in the color Stud. I've been using this for a while. I'm always back and forth between that and my Anastasia, but I really do prefer this, the little stick eyeliner, whatever stuff. Eyebrows done and you got some hairs growing under there. This is also a very good way to clean that up, conceal it, using the 195 concealer brush. You just pack that concealer on top of those crazy hairs. Now if you got like woolly mammoth going on under there, you might just have to do something about that besides makeup. I'm cleaning up the top as well because I have a few hairs, I believe, up there that I needed to pluck. Going in with my spoolie brush at the very, is that the front of your eyebrow? Or the big part of your eyebrow? Whatever. I'm going to basically blend that in. Now I'm going to do my contouring using the MAC Conceal and Correct in a dark color. I think this was like NW45, 47, right beneath my cheekbones, right at my jawline. Your contouring is basically to create shadows, to subdue a certain part of your face or whatever, your body if you want. Size of my nose, right at my hairline. My forehead is kind of big to me, maybe not to y'all, but to me it is. So I'm going to make sure I apply that there, bringing it down some. So you really don't need me do this. I just see other people doing it. So I'm like, hey, let me shrink my chin, I guess. Whatever. So I'm going to go with the MAC Rihanna palette in a nude shade. Unfortunately, that is a limited edition palette, so you probably cannot purchase that anymore. But don't worry, you can just purchase a nude matte color, and I'm going to apply that right below my eyebrow. MAC Powder Delphique. That's going to be my transition color, and I'm just applying that right there in the inner corner of my eyelids. And now I look like I'm confused. I am not confused. MAC Fix. I spray that on my beauty blender, and now I'm going to beat my face. So basically that's what it means when people say beat your face, because you're beating it with a beauty blender. And it's amazing how once you beat it, it blends all in perfectly. Well, while you're beating your face, make sure you're using an upward motion, because you're patting the makeup into your skin, up and into. Never push down, never like rub it across and create craziness. And let's just continue beating it until there are no more lines and artwork left. So now moving on, we're going to go with the MAC eyeshadow blush in the color Diva. I like this color. It is a brownish red. I am applying it into the creases going down to my lid. Pretty much I'd say half of my eye. From a little bit above the crease going down to the lid. Like I said, this is my first attempt at a cut crease, so I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I will just say that it came out right for me. So whatever works for you. As you see, I'm not like brushing it on. I do like to kind of pat my eyeshadow on. You get better color transfer that way, and I feel like you have more control. Now I'm going to bake using the MAC Studio Finish Powder in the color Gold, and this is going to go wherever your highlight is supposed to go. And basically I am patting that on there really, really dense. You could see like dust. Yes, that cold dust flying off of there. That is some serious highlight. Down my nose, Cupid's bow on my lip, on my chin, and right underneath of my contour on my cheek. And that's basically going to give you a better defined jawline. Okay, so I'm buffing my Cupid's bow with the highlighter. I think that's just to make the Cupid's bow look better when you apply your lipstick. So I'm going to take that same highlighter and I'm going right underneath of my brow bone, and right there in the corners of my eyes, the tear duct, brow bone. Again, this time I got it right. Yay! And then I'm going to use my MAC eyeshadow black color. This is a matte color, which I actually got out of my Maleficent palette. Now this is where it gets a little important. I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush, and I am applying it only into my crease, not all the way towards the inner eye, just pretty much on the outer to the middle of your eyelid, maybe a little bit over. I don't know, just okay, you know what, now I'm going in just a tad bit more, but I'm not scooping up any more color. I'm just kind of blending it in from that outer portion into the middle, because you don't want that middle part to be super dark and being the same color. Now I'm getting concealer. This is the lightest color concealer that I have, and I'm applying it with a flat eyeshadow brush, starting from this the inner corner of my eye and kind of painting it across the very bottom of my eyelid, right below the crease. Right below the crease, going out towards the outer, and I'm going to do a wing. You don't have to do a wing, but I was just like, hey, let me see how it's gonna look with a wing. And it's kind of like applying your regular black eyeliner, except for it's going to be a little bit thicker. So I mean, it doesn't have to be all the way perfect. You can make adjustments as you're going, and as you see here, I'm still applying more concealer. Oh, here we go again. But anyway, I'm applying more concealer, and I'm going to bring it out into a wing. And now I'm using the MAC eyeshadow BRULE, which is kind of like a frosty white. Any light color is probably going to work, and I'm going to apply that right on top of my concealer that I just placed. So anywhere that you place your concealer is where your bright white is going to go, or your light eyeshadow. The white that I'm using has a little bit of a frost to it to give it some shimmer. Okay, it's time to polish. So I have this on super fast forward ×4. So you can only imagine how much time I'm really spending on polishing, blending all of those powders together. Is it necessary? Absolutely. You don't want to walk around with just streaks of powder all over your face. I know we did the cream buff and all that, but this is so we can be really, really extra. You know, like a show, a concert, or anything like that. So anyway, if you start looking a little pale after you do all that, I always go back over with a bronzing powder. I'm using Delphique, which is, yes, the transition color that I applied on my eyelid earlier. So look, you can see I got some lines still going on, but it's okay. I finished that off with my Delphique to bring some color back into my face as it is. And now I'm using my MAC blush powder, Fever, just to go right underneath the crease. What is that? I don't know what they call that. That crease thing that we did. Oh, the cut crease. That's gonna go on the lower lid, basically underneath where my my eyeliner is, and then on top of the crease. Oh man, it just won't stop. And I'm going to blend that upwards. The reason I apply that on the top of that cut crease is to give it more definition, so that you can see it a lot better versus just blending into the darkness or whatever. And now I'm going to use my L'Oreal, that's not L'Oreal, my Maybelline gel liner. I just recently started using this, and I'm going to do my traditional cat eye. If you would like to see a video on how I do my cat eye, please thumbs up or in the comments, so I can let y'all know. Been doing it for years. It kind of comes natural. So yes, make sure you fill in all of the spots. That way you have a nice clean eyeliner. Okay, so I'm putting some contouring on my nose, right above the little bubble part of my nose, and I'm going in with a bronzy pink blush powder, just kind of right there on the apples of my cheeks, and going upwards to give me a soft glow. And yes, I'm going to smile just to make sure that those are my cheeks, I guess. And now I'm going to blend them in to my contour underneath, lightly stroking all of those harsh lines that I still had. Actually, I think I applied a little bit more of my contour powder, but anyway, I'm polishing off with I think it's called a stifling brush or whatever, something like that. And once again, I'm polishing. It's kind of weird, right? I've buffed it already, I polished it, and now I'm polishing again. But it's really important to make sure you get everything blended, or you're going to end up with a really patchy look, and that's not what we're going for. I'm going in with my MAC GIGABLACK mascara. I do wear eyelash extensions, which are called the American Full Nova Lash, and so I really don't need much of a mascara. Finishing up with my MAC Studio Fix Perfecting Powder. Absolutely love this powder. Once again, if you are still kind of pale, make sure sure you use a finishing powder that is close to your skin tone so that you can even that all out, and blend everything in with it. If at this point you still have harsh lines, make sure you take the time to go in and buff and polish even more, which I do end up doing off camera, but I didn't really want to show y'all all that because it is a lot. Make sure you get it all in though. It's very important that you don't look like you painted yourself. So if you like this look, please make sure you like, thumbs up, subscribe, share, and I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.